we give them a lot of outlets. We give them a lot of opportunities to explore different things, like whether it's, even through school, or whether, out of school, it's like extracurricular, or try painting, try music, and then once we become adults, it's like, now you need to work. That's what you need to do. You need to survive, and you need to take care of other people. And so I think it's really important for us as adults to realize that, we carry a lot as grown-ups, and which is good. It's good to carry responsibility, but learning where to put some of those things and having outlets for those cravings that are in us, because we are designed and created to express ourselves, to have energy that we want to use for something, and sometimes we just shut it off because it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time. I don't make the time to make that a priority. And sorry, did you want to?
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when it comes to even the emotional stress or things that we're carrying, it's important for us to realize, okay, how am I shutting the voices down, and even through what I'm eating? Even when nighttime eating tends to be a major thing for different clients, and it's like, that's a time where maybe it's rewarding yourself after a long day. It's like, I've worked hard. I deserve, to reward myself, to have something that brings me pleasure.
Yeah.
And like Christine said, when you eat certain foods, it's like, oh, this is so exciting.
Yeah.
The challenge is that you need more and more. It's like gateway drugs, right? It's like, it brings us to a place where I just need more to feel better. I remember watching that Super Size Me like years ago, and how they did studies how your brain, the satisfaction with one Big Mac, and then how it became two, and how it grew, because there's so it's so lacking nutrients and nutrition and anything of value, that your body just keeps craving more and more of it. And we'll get into more of that, and even nighttime eating as well, it can be a time when we numb ourselves. So even when we think of this whole cycle of up and down, when we get to where we're low again, it's like, well, I just want to stay awake because this is my time. So I'm going to eat so that I can keep my eyes open to watch that show, or I can, and it becomes like this addictive cycle that we just want to keep feeding. And there's a connection as well. As adults, we carry a lot of stress, and cortisol is another hormone in your body that actually drives your blood sugar levels up. So again, that causes more insulin. So it's gonna keep you doing the up and down if you're not learning how to properly manage your stress, and how to properly manage your blood sugar levels, and how essential that is as far as just keeping healthy. And so I think, unless you have something else to say, or
just as you're talking, I just remembered that we missed something from earlier. It's just another reason that sugar is so addictive, is that we hear of, our happy chemicals. We hear of serotonin and dopamine. And interestingly, we often correlate these with the brain, because yes, they are, associated with the brain. What's interesting is that in Dr. Carolyn Leaf's book, which Carolyn Leaf herself is a neuroscientist, so she's actually pretty accurate. Some information you're like, is that real? Are you sure? But in it, she suggests that she says that 95% of our neurotransmitters exist within the gut, which means 95% of serotonin is produced in the gut. So food, when we eat whole, natural foods, it feels so good. It doesn't feel good initially. Usually the first 30 days is a hard 30 days, simply because your body is transitioning, getting used to something very different and very foreign. But within 30 days, food, like natural nutrition, feels so good, is because our serotonin levels have reset to enjoy natural food again. When we depend upon high sugar, high trans fat foods, just as Jen said, because we crave more, what did satisfy at one time is not enough. And the same is true with our dopamine. 50% of our dopamine receptors exist within the gut. So it's not just the brain, it's also here. So is it any wonder that if dopamine is a happy hormone, that eating something here feels so good? Of course it does. If we're willing to forgo a 30-day experiment. It's not saying you need to follow a meal plan 100% strictly, you need to do it perfectly. It's just experiment with natural foods, see how they feel in your body. even though they feel probably not very tasty and not that great, and you're a little tired because you're
Yeah.
so used to the sugar high,
Yeah.
allowing the 30 days, what does it actually feel like when your body has reset
Mhm.
and adjusted to its natural space, the way that it was designed to?
Mhm.
So those numbers are important.
Mhm.
95% for serotonin
Mhm.
and 50% not just in the brain, but precisely in the gut,
Yeah.
which is substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which really leads to the question we want to leave you with. We're going to do a 10-minute break, and we want you to ponder a question. You can chat with your partner, but we'd love to hear some thoughts on it as well. Is how does sugar serve you? So how is it serving you? I mean, we talked about how it makes me feel good. It gives me energy. So how is it serving you? Whether it's morning, nighttime, afternoon, how is that sugar serving you? Cool?
Does that question make sense?
Does that
Yeah?
make sense?
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
So it
Okay.
is just about 7:10. So do we want to say 7:20?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind
Sounds
of
good.
give you an even number. Okay, yeah, 7:20. So feel free to think about it. If you want to write it down, there is definitely a question on your one. Oh, you know, that question doesn't exist because that was just a topic of discussion. If you want to grab
I thought
water,
it was.
I'm a little warm in this room. Is
Oh,
anybody
nice.
else?
Yeah.
It is warm. Let me see if we have a fan.
Yeah,
because
it is
we
on
might
there.
have a fan.
Yeah, it is